Thank you very much. Tafadhali tunaweza keti chini. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Mheshimiwa Prime Cabinet Secretary, waheshimiwa mawaziri, makatibu, katibu mkuu wa KOTU, Daktari Francis Atwoli, and the entire labor movement leadership. Ndugu na dada wafanyikazi wenzangu wa taifa la Kenya, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Wafanyikazi hoye. Wakenya hoye. Mimi nafurahi sana kuungana na nyinyi katika sherehe hii ya muhimu ya kuadhimisha siku ya wafanyikazi katika taifa letu la Kenya. Pia kuadhimisha miaka 60 ya KOTU katika taifa letu la Kenya. Na kama mfanyikazi, naungana na wafanyikazi wenzangu. Kuna wale wafanyikazi wako permanent and pensionable. Alafu kuna wafanyikazi wengine kama sisi ambao tuko kandarasi ya miaka. Wengine wako na kandarasi ya miaka 3, wengine miaka 5 na tofauti zingine. Lakini sote sisi ni wafanyikazi wa taifa letu la Kenya. Na itachukua sote tukiungana, tukishirikiana, kwa sababu kuvua ni kazi, kufundisha ni kazi, kutibu ni kazi, kulinda walinzi wale kutoka yule guard mpaka CDF wa jeshi, wote ni wafanyikazi. Pale sokoni kazi inaendelea, kule viwandani ni kazi inaendelea na wafanyikazi, kule mashambani vile vile ni kazi inaendelea na wafanyikazi. Sisi zote tukiunganika, tukifanya kazi kwa pamoja, ndio Kenya itapiga hatua ya kwenda mbele. Mimi leo napenda sana, huyu Atwoli alisema ataongea kwa kifupi. Akaongea kwa kifupi kweli. But wacha nisome taarifa nilio nayo, alafu nitasema mambo machache. I am honored, ladies and gentlemen, to join you today as we mark 60 years of tireless advocacy, solidarity and progress in protecting the rights and welfare of Kenyan workers. International Labour Day grants a timely reminder of our constitutional and moral duty to uphold the dignity of labor without discriminating by age, gender, race, ethnicity, or ability, and to continually confront the evolving challenges facing our workforce. Self-reliance in production is the key to economic growth and resonates deeply with our collective national ambition. It calls on all of us as government, workers, entrepreneurs, and communities to champion a Kenya that is resilient, productive, and truly self-reliant. It is in this spirit that this week the Cabinet approved the 2025 Finance Bill, a key instrument in our ongoing national economic transformation quest. This bill has been carefully crafted to stimulate economic growth, deliver efficiency, and enhance competitiveness and expand opportunity. In fact, its provisions are designed to offer targeted relief for both businesses and workers and to support the spirit of enterprise and productivity. Notably, to improve workers' take-home pay, employers will now be required to apply eligible tax relief and exemptions directly when calculating pay as you earn, a significant shift from the current system where such reliefs can only be claimed from Kenya Revenue Authority. Precisely what Atwoli was talking about. I think he read my speech, and that is why he was raising those issues. This will increase efficiency and immediately benefit employees. Additionally, all pensions and gratuity payments for both the public and private sector will now be tax exempt. This reform is a recognition of the service and sacrifice of our senior citizens and workers, and a step towards ensuring that retirement is met with dignity, not stress. Small businesses will also benefit from simplified tax treatment, as they will now be allowed to fully deduct the costs of everyday equipment in the year of purchase, thereby eliminating unnecessary delays in accessing or assessing tax relief. Distinguished workers, ladies and gentlemen, when we speak of making Kenya truly self-reliant, I am proud to report to the nation that we are not merely making declarations. We are taking bold, concrete, and measurable steps. We are walking the talk. And here is why. For decades, our national savings culture was stagnant compared to our neighbors in Uganda and Tanzania and elsewhere. Until 2023, just 2 years ago, the average Kenyan worker saved only 200 shillings a month through the National Social Security Fund. Over a span of 60 years, we collectively as a nation managed to save 320 billion. In 2023, we operationalized the law mandating a savings contribution of 6% by both employee and employer, and the result has been remarkable and impressive. In just 2 years, we have mobilized 280 billion in national savings, nearly equal to what we saved over 6 decades. By end of this year, we will have doubled that 60-year figure, and by 2027, we project to have raised close to $1 trillion in domestic savings. Kenya's savings to GDP ratio currently stands at between 10 and 12%, depending on the calculation you apply. My intention is to raise GDP or savings as a percentage of GDP to 25% in the medium term. That will enable us as a nation to build a pool of resources that we can use to lend to the SMEs and the private sector, and we can grow more businesses and reduce the cost of borrowing, so that the double-digit borrowing of 18% or 20%, it is not possible for us to grow our economy, to grow more business, to expand enterprise if the cost of borrowing money is high. We must bring it down to single digit. And the route to bringing it down to single digit is to build greater savings in Kenya. I want to thank the Kenyan workers. I want to thank Dr. Atwoli and Kotu and FKE. When we sat down with them, they saw the point when I made the case to them that it is time for Kenya to measure up to what other countries are doing, and we have to make the necessary decisions so that Kenya can build savings in a manner that it will help us, one, reduce old age poverty. When I came here for celebrations, Atwoli here told me Kenya is number 92 in the worst countries with old age poverty. Because if you save 200 shillings, when you exit at 60, maybe the entire savings you will have made is like 70, 80,000. 70, 80,000 will not last you 2-3 months. And that is why, after retirement, many workers die. So we must make sure that after retirement, all workers will have a decent livelihood and they can have a good measure of pension, and also make sure that they can have monthly income coming from their hard-earned savings when they had the energy to work. The blueprint of our inclusive plan in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda is anchored on 5 key pillars: agriculture, micro and small enterprises, universal health care, affordable housing, and the digital and creative economy. I must stand here to thank the Kenyan workers from across the divide. You all remember that in 2022, we had challenges of food insecurity. We had challenges of inflation. We had challenges of exchange rates. I want to say and to report to the country that after 2.5 years, our Kenyan farmers have done a tremendous job. They have produced food. We have supported them. We increased our maize production by 40% in the last 2 years. We increased our production of coffee. We increased our production of tea. We have increased our production of sugarcane. And today, our import bill, importing maize or sugar or the other commodities, has gone down because our farmers are producing more than they have done before. We must commend them because they are working for the people of Kenya. I must also